1888. A dolphin appears in the treacherous Cook Strait of New Zealand. For the next 24 years, he guides ship after ship through these dangerous waters, becoming a legend. Then one day, he disappears. Forever. This is the enduring mystery of Pelorus Jack. So, who was this incredible creature? He first showed up in 1888, seemingly out of nowhere. Scientists later identified him as a Risso's dolphin, which was strange because they're rarely seen in that region. He was a striking animal, about 4 meters long with a distinct pale grey or whitish body, covered in scars from battles with squid and other marine life. His dorsal fin was rounded, and his face had that classic dolphin smile. The first time he was officially documented was when he approached the schooner Brindle. The crew were nervous at first, thinking about ramming him. But as they watched, he swam to the front of the ship, right at the bow, and began leading them through the narrow, rocky channel of French Pass. From that day on, sailors who frequently navigated the waters between Wellington and Nelson came to rely on him. Instead of being afraid, they would eagerly wait for him to appear, cheering when he'd pop up to escort them. He became their unofficial pilot, a good luck charm, navigating the most hazardous part of their journey. For 24 years, Pelorus Jack was the most famous animal in the world. He became a global celebrity. Journalists traveled from all corners of the earth just to catch a glimpse of him. Even the great author Mark Twain sailed on a ship just to see him in 1895, later writing about the celebrated fish or dolphin that was the only one of his species in the world that has ever been protected by law. And that law was a landmark. In 1904, a man aboard the SS Penguin allegedly tried to shoot Pelorus Jack. Public outrage was so immense that New Zealand passed a special order in council, a law specifically protecting this single animal. It was one of the first laws of its kind in history. Captains of the era had countless stories. Captain Pirano of the local mailboat claimed Jack guided his vessel hundreds of times. It's estimated he guided thousands of ships over his lifetime. He had a preferred route too. He'd typically meet ships at the entrance to Pelorus Sound and guide them for about 20 minutes through the most difficult part of French Pass before peeling off in the same spot every time. His behavior was unique. He didn't just swim alongside the ships. He would ride the bow wave, leaping and playing, seemingly enjoying the company and the challenge. To the sailors, he wasn't just an animal. He was a friend, a guardian. Then, in April 1912, the unthinkable happened. Pelorus Jack was seen guiding a ship, just as he had done for over 2 decades. And then, he vanished. The days turned into weeks, and the weeks into months. The usual ships passed through, their crews scanning the waters, but the familiar white-grey form never appeared. The guardian of the strait was gone. Searches were conducted, but the vast, deep waters of Cook Strait held their secrets. The public was devastated. Newspapers across New Zealand and around the world ran headlines mourning his disappearance. "Where is Pelorus Jack?" they asked. The nation's maritime mascot had left a void that couldn't be filled. People wrote letters, shared stories, and hoped for his return. But as time passed, that hope began to fade, replaced by speculation. What could have happened to the world's most beloved dolphin? Over a century later, the mystery remains. But 5 main theories have emerged. The first, and most widely accepted by biologists today, is that he simply died of natural causes. By 1912, Pelorus Jack was estimated to be between 40 and 50 years old. The average lifespan for a male Risso's dolphin is around 35 to 45 years. He was an old man in dolphin years. It's very likely he just lived out his long, remarkable life and died peacefully at sea, his body sinking into the depths he knew so well. Theory number 2 is more sinister: murder. Despite the law protecting him, some Norwegian whalers operating in the area reportedly saw him as competition. The story goes that they killed him out of resentment. However, there's no concrete evidence to support this claim, and it remains a dark but unproven rumor. The third theory points to an accidental death. By the 1910s, ships were getting faster and their propellers more powerful. It's possible that a new, less experienced captain or a miscalculation led to a ship striking him. A fatal injury from a propeller could have caused him to swim off and die alone. Theory 4 suggests he just moved. Over the years, there were scattered unconfirmed sightings of a similar-looking dolphin in other parts of New Zealand's waters. Could he have simply decided to change his territory? It's possible, but none of these sightings were ever verified to be him. And the final theory is perhaps the most enigmatic. He just stopped. For reasons we can never know. Maybe he lost interest in the ships. Perhaps something in his environment changed, or he simply decided his work was done and returned to the deep ocean, choosing a life of solitude away from the noisy vessels he had guided for so long. Whatever the truth, Pelorus Jack's legacy is undeniable. Memorials in New Zealand commemorate him, and his story is a cornerstone of the country's maritime history. He was the subject of the first law ever created to protect a single, wild marine animal, setting a precedent for conservation efforts worldwide. While biologists lean towards natural death, the mystery of his final moments is part of his legend, the story of a lone dolphin who, for 24 years, befriended humanity and became an icon of the sea. What do you think really happened to Pelorus Jack? Let me know your theory in the comments below. And if you love mysteries like this one, make sure to subscribe for more amazing animal stories. See you in the next one.